Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. It is Wednesday of baseball week. I got on my Reds t-shirt, and I can't wait to start cheering for them when they play again, because maybe they'll actually be good this season. That would be great. All right, yesterday we read the story, Pete the Cat, Play Ball, okay? And so I'm not going to read it again. We're going to have to use our memories from yesterday. Can you help me talk about what happened in the story? We're going to use our story rope. Remember the story rope from before spring break? We used to talk about stories. All right, fiction stories, that is. And we already decided this was fiction. All right, so in Pete the Cat, let's start at our rope. And this reminds me, who are the characters? Well, there were two teams. There was the Rocks and the Rolls. There was one character that got most of the action, though. Yep, you're right. It was Pete the Cat. Pete was the main character. So that's the characters. Here's the house. This reminds us of the setting. Where did most of this story happen? Pretty easy to tell. I know you're all saying, the baseball field. Thumbs up. You are right. Happened at the baseball field. All right, now we're going to continue down our road. B, beginning. What happened at the beginning? Well, Pete was waiting for his turn and he went up to bat. Oh no, remember he struck out once, twice, 3 times he struck out. Okay? In the middle of the story, he was on the field. He dropped the ball. He did not catch it. What happens towards the end of the story? He was trying to bat again and he walked, but he got out at home plate. So Pete was not really having a good game. That was, I would say, is the action or the problem in the story. How does it end? Down here at the end, he and his team actually do win, even though Pete made some mistakes. And so it wins with the Rocks and the Rolls saying high five, and they wrapped it up in a neat bow at the end with the teams exchanging high fives and being happy. All right, that is an example of everything you need in a story. We are going to use all those same things in a story today that we write. A couple weeks ago, I asked you to write a story. Those were so fun to see. Mrs. Reeker and I loved them. Okay, she got some great stories, so did I. So we're going to try writing a story again. Now, you only have Mrs. Reeker's video and my video today. So we gave you a little extra time to work on it. Okay? Because I want you to take your time. You're going to do all of these parts in the story. You're going to have characters, a setting, beginning, middle, and end again. But this time when you write, I want you to tell me a little bit more about the character. We want to add on a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to start my story. Your story needs to have baseball in it somehow. The whole thing doesn't have to be about baseball. It could be about unicorns playing baseball. It does not have to be a real story. Okay? I took some real people for my story I'm going to write, but it didn't really happen. Okay? But somewhere baseball's got to be in your story. So mine is called Ryan's, here's my title, Ryan's Big Game. Yep, I did capitalize my titles. Proper noun, title, name of the book. All right, let's move this out of our way. Now, I should make neater letters, but I'm going to be writing fast, so I'm sure your letters will be a little neater than mine. Remember which way a book opens, boys and girls. That is a beginning skill for us. Books open this way. Make sure your book does too. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you just staple your pages together. Get some papers, it can be scrap paper. Staple that together for your story. It doesn't have to be fancy. All right, copyright. There's that little C. 2020. I wrote this story in 2020 and nobody can copy my story. All right, here we go. My first page. Well, I know if I'm going down my story rope, I've got to talk about my characters. So my main character is going to be Ryan. Some of you know Ryan, and he really likes sports, and he really likes baseball. And he's sad, actually. Sad because he can't play baseball right now. But he knows it will happen. So we're being positive about it. All right, Ryan. So I'm going to write my first sentence. Ryan loved to play word ball word. You got to know that one. If you don't, go look on your word ball word list. Baseball. All right, now I could just go on to the middle of the story. He hit the ball. Nope, this is where I want you to add something about your character. Tell me more about who your main character is. All right, he, new sentence by the way, so I start with a capital, practiced every day. Okay, I told you something else, period. I want to tell you one more. He liked, if I know like, word by word, I know liked, just add a D. He liked to hit the ball. So I told you now that Ryan likes practicing and hitting the ball. You now know more about my character. When you pick a character today, whether it's unicorns or super fly guy in your story, tell me something about that character. All right, I'm gonna turn the page. I'm ready to get to some action. Okay? Of course, I gotta tell where my setting is in my action. So, you know what I'm gonna do? My pictures. Worry about that at the end. Okay? I like to do that after. All right. One day, new sentence, capital letter. Always. Some of us are forgetting that. Ryan was, oh no, I forgot Ryan. Okay, I'll just cross that out and start again. One day, Ryan was playing in a big game. Period. Okay, so you probably know now the setting. It's going to be at a baseball field. He's playing in a game. That tells you the setting. His new sentence, capital letter, team. I don't know why I yelled that. Sorry. I just really want you to remember that capital letter. His team was losing. Oop, I'm setting up some action here and a problem. Period. End of a sentence, new sentence, capital letter. Ryan was up at bat. You know what? That's really bad spacing, Mrs. Dorr. Oops. I really should have moved that T over by the A. Sorry about that. One day Ryan was playing in a big game. His team was losing. Ryan was up at bat. See, I went back and read that to make sure it made sense. It's the same thing we do when we're actually doing reading. You read it to make sure it makes sense. And a whoop, beep, 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 the alarm's gonna go off. It doesn't. Okay, ready for the next part of my story. The action is set up. His team's losing. Ryan's up at bat. What's going to happen? Can't stop there. That wouldn't be a story, would it? The pitcher hit, oh, I don't think I want to say that. The pitcher, I'm going to cross that out. The pitcher threw a hard pitch. Period. Telling you something new sentence. Capital letter. Ryan hit the ball. Period. New sentence. It went really far. Okay, so now action is happening. The pitch is out. He hit it. It's going far. What's going to happen? I'm going to end my story. This time I have more than 3 pages because I added on. So you might need 4 pages or 5 because the more detail you have, the more interesting your story is. It, new sentence, capital letter. It was a home run. Okay, this is exciting. I'm using exclamation point. New sentence, capital letter. His team won. Period. New sentence. Everyone cheered. Woo! End of sentence. All right. My story, I think, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Let's go back and check. Ryan loved to play baseball. He practiced every day. He liked to hit the ball. Characters. One day, Ryan was playing in a big game. His team was losing. Ryan was up at bat. We now know the setting, and we know that there's a problem coming. His team's losing. Here comes the middle. The pitcher throws a hard pitch. Ryan hit the ball. It went far. That's the action happening. How does it end? It was a home run. His team won. Everyone cheered. We got an ending. Okay, we had everything that was in our story rope. Only this time, I gave a little more information about my character. Okay, I want you to add a little bit more to your stories when you write them this time. All right, and of course you'll go back and illustrate them. And maybe you do some writing, you leave it, you come back and do your illustrating later. That's fine. Okay, definitely read your story to somebody in your family. Send us pictures of your story. We wouldn't even mind a video of you reading it. That would be awesome. All right, take your time, do your best, think about how your story can have a beginning, a middle, and end. Something about baseball, but does not have to be like mine. Okay, if you cannot finish your whole story in one night, you can use a little time on Thursday, but send it to us as soon as you get it finished. I can't wait to read your stories. All right, and if you have some time to go outside, maybe you should even toss a baseball. Okay, have a great day, kindergarten.